Halo semuanya, bertemu lagi bersama Tari di Asmi Anything Session. Apa kabarnya nih? Bisa dikirimkan di kolom komentar biar bisa Tari baca juga kabar teman-teman sekalian. Oke, bagi yang belum tahu, AMA ini adalah singkatan dari Ask Me Anything. Jadi Narsum akan menjawab pertanyaan-pertanyaan yang tentunya akan membuat member Indodax mengetahui lebih banyak info mengenai proyek-proyek yang terlisting di Indodax. Nah, dalam AMA Session kali ini, kita akan bincang-bincang dengan perwakilan dari salah satu proyek baru di Indodax, yaitu Division Network, atau nama aset kriptonya adalah DVI. Mungkin teman-teman juga sudah tahu, DVI ini mulai diperjualbelikan di Indodax sejak tanggal 17 Juni 2021. Tapi mungkin sebelum membeli, teman-teman mau kenalan dulu dengan proyek satu ini, biar lebih pede kalau teman-teman mau trading DVI. Dan tenang aja, setelah Narsum menjawab pertanyaan, akan Tari translate ke bahasa Indonesia. Jadi teman-teman boleh memperhatikan betul pembahasan kita hari ini, karena yang menarik, di akhir EMA session akan ada kuis yang berhadiah 360 DVI untuk 6 orang pemenang yang beruntung. Tertarik kan ya pastinya? Caranya mudah banget. Tinggal kirim jawaban di kolom komentar live ini dengan format jawaban yang nanti akan Tari beritahu sebelum kuis dimulai. Jadi teman-teman sudah bisa nih siapin telinga untuk EMS session ini dan siapin juga jarinya untuk langsung jawab di kolom komentar ketika kuis dimulai. Biar nggak makin lama, kita langsung sambut aja narasumber kita hari ini. Halo Brian, can you hear me?
Hi there, hi Indodax team. It's nice to be here.
Okay, how are you?
I'm doing great. How about you?
I am awesome. Thank you for making the time to talk to me today. Are you excited?
Of course, and thank you for having me today.
Of course. So, okay, first things first though, before we ask any more question, would you please tell us about your background first and your Division Network team's background first?
So, right, hello again. Hello, the Indodax community and the people who are watching at this time. The AMA session was the Indodax and Division. And my name is Boberjan Mudinov, but you can simply call me as Brian. I'm the head of the business development at Division Network, and I'm the person who is mainly responsible for the execution of the action plan and strategy that is built together with the team. Duties here may include, but not limited to, the technical and business partnership establishments, and of course, technical partnership establishments, implementation of the business growth strategy, and achieving core KPIs of our team's vision and mission. I think it's also important to mention the people who keep building our ecosystem. The first person, of course, is the CEO of Division Network, Jong Kyung Om, who has been previously who previously initiated 2 VR franchises and made one of them a nationwide success in South Korea and has opened up 30 stores under the Bad VR trademark. In fact, he's been previously working in this business area for 17 years, opening and running different franchise businesses in South Korea. And currently, he's the person who is running the Division Network and is striving to bring the project outside of the country and reach a truly global audience. And our listing and expansion to the Indonesian market, and especially listing on the Indodax, is one of the steps that we are actually implementing here. The CTO of Division Network is the next person who I should also mention, Jae-Suk Jang, who is alumni of one of the most prestigious tech universities in the world and #1 in South Korea. The person who has previously worked in the Samsung Electronics currently is operating in the Division Network in order to integrate the blockchain technology with the VR technology. And thanks to his leadership, it is kind of possible for us to pursue this opportunity nowadays. So this is the brief background explanation from my side.
Perfect. Thank you so much for the introduction, Brian. I'm gonna translate it for our audience. Jadi nama panjang dari Brian ini adalah Boberjan Mudinov, dan ia adalah salah satu business development kepalanya di Division Network. Tanggung jawab utama Brian adalah pelaksanaan rencana dan strategi yang dibangun bersama dengan timnya. Jadi tugasnya tidak terbatas pada penjalinan kemitraan secara teknis atau bisnis saja. Nah, implementasi strategi pertumbuhan bisnis dan pencapaian visi dan misi inti dari Division Network juga bagian dari tugas utama Brian. Lalu CEO dari Division Network sendiri adalah bernama Jong Hyun Eom. Ia adalah salah satu founder dari 2 waralaba VR dan salah satunya itu tersukses secara nasional di Korea Selatan, dan ia juga telah membuka 30 toko di bawah merek dagang Bad VR. Nah, ia sebelumnya telah bekerja di bisnis ini selama 17 tahun. Membuka dan menjalankan bisnis waralaba yang berbeda di Korea Selatan, dan saat ini dia menjalankan Division Network dan berusaha untuk membawa proyek ini secara internasional dan menjangkau audiens yang benar-benar global. Sedangkan untuk CTO dari Division Network, Jae-suk Jang, yaitu alumni salah satu universitas teknologi paling bergengsi di dunia, dan nomor 1 di Korea Selatan yang sebelumnya bekerja di Samsung Electronics, saat ini beroperasi di Division Network untuk mengintegrasikan teknologi blockchain dengan teknologi VR, dan berkat kepemimpinannya menjadi mungkin bagi Division Network untuk mengejar peluang-peluang ini. Alright, Brian, thank you so much for the introduction. So, for the million-dollar question, what is Division Network?
All right. I can talk a lot about the Division Network, but let me try to squeeze it into 2 main paragraphs here, right? So first of all, Division Network is essentially a blockchain-based metaverse which powers its own NFT infrastructure within its own virtual reality. In fact, to be more precise, Division has 3 important platform pillars, which can be explained shortly as NFT Marketplace, which is known as NFT Market, where users can trade and users can create and trade unique items such as avatars, unique items, space, which is quite similar concept to a sandbox, land, right? And those items are all registered within the NFT standards in order to protect their copyright ownership and make it non-fungible, right? The next pillar is called next pillar is a tailored virtual reality, which is called MetaSpace, where you can customize and acquire your personal virtual space to further provide an innovative piece of content. So, and the last pillar is called the Meta City, which is the huge collection of meta spaces, and it's essentially a public VR world where users can enjoy the metaverse with other users. So we believe and build our vision across the decentralized future, specifically in the metaverse industry, and the origination of the Division concept is attributed to our belief in the decentralized game economy. First of all, I personally believe that all games should be linked to the blockchain for a prosperous game economy and for the protection of the copyright ownership and the actual validation of the concept, play, and earn. In other traditional games, it's hard to monetize your earnings in the game, and the virtual assets you created or earned are lost or need to be sold in the black market for a lower price with the issues of the liquidation, right? But blockchain grants the ownership back to its original creator, thereby allowing the owner to monetize his possessions in a more smooth manner. So Division does provide this kind of opportunity and helps its users to enjoy and go deeper in the metaverse experience.
Fantastic. So how long have you worked for DVI?
Division, you mean? DVI is a token.
Sorry, yeah, right, the Division Network.
We've been working on this project way before it got established. So basically the Division itself got established like around 1 year ago or more than 1 year ago. But essentially, if you go back to its origination, so it started from the project called 9VR, and this project has been more than 3 or 4 years. That's what I mentioned as the CEO's experience. That's the person who built and worked on the origination of that. So if you look at our YouTube, you will see that there are different, like, the previous experiences and the use cases provided by the Division Network. And this is the example that has been actually implemented by the previous 9VR company, which actually got the synergy with the blockchain and established as a Division Network.
Right. Jadi teman-teman, Division Network pada dasarnya adalah metaverse berbasis blockchain yang menggerakkan infrastruktur NFT-nya sendiri dalam bentuk VR. Nah, sebenarnya Division memiliki 3 pilar platform penting. Yang pertama adalah NFT Market, di mana teman-teman dapat membuat dan memperdagangkan item unik seperti avatar, item atau space yang semuanya terdaftar dalam standar NFT. Nah, yang kedua adalah realitas virtual yang disesuaikan atau sebutannya adalah MetaSpace, di mana teman-teman bisa menyesuaikan dan memperoleh ruang virtual pribadi untuk lebih menyediakan konten yang inovatif. Nah, yang ketiga adalah koleksi MetaSpaces atau MetaCity. Ini adalah dunia VR yang publik, di mana teman-teman bisa menikmati metaverse dengan pengguna lain. Nah, Division Network sendiri percaya dan membangun visi di masa depan yang terdesentralisasi, khususnya di industri metaverse. Asal-usul konsep Division ini dikaitkan dengan keyakinan tim Division Network pada ekonomi game yang terdesentralisasi. Karena dalam permainan tradisional yang lainnya, seperti kita tahu itu sulit untuk memonetisasi penghasilan pembuatnya dalam permainan tersebut. Nah, dan semua aset virtual yang teman-teman buat atau peroleh hilang begitu saja atau perlu dijual di pasar gelap dengan harga lebih rendah dengan masalah likuidasi untuk mendapatkan profit itu seperti itu caranya. Nah, tetapi blockchain memberikan kepemilikan kembali ke pencipta aslinya sehingga memungkinkan pemiliknya untuk memonetisasi dengan cara yang lebih lancar. Begitu juga dengan tujuan Division Network. So, Brian, what's the latest development of Division Network?
So, yeah, there have been a lot of updates on our side, but let me tell you that 2021 was a quite progressive year for Division Network in terms of the technical and business development. And in the beginning of 2021, we have managed to onboard with one of the leading custodians in the traditional and crypto space, Coinbase custody, and enabled cold storage for the DVI assets in a safe and transparent manner. Also, we have signed a business agreement and partnership with one of the leading projects in the blockchain sphere, Chainlink, which are helping us to integrate their price feeds and VRF solutions for secure randomness. In fact, there are plenty of different things that were completed in the latest quarter. That includes our integration to Binance Smart Chain and enabling it in the BEP20 standard. And therefore, we have after joined the MVB program, which is the most valuable builder program conducted by the Binance. Right after that, we got the welcoming support from the Binance Smart Chain team. And since then, we've been busy launching our metaverse as fast as possible. And I'm happy to announce that we are very close to the opening of our OBT, which should occur by the end of this month. So it's probably less than a week. Apart from that, I should notify those who are watching the live right now that Division is holding an airdrop event together with CoinMarketCap for around $50,000, and that's around 150,000 DVI tokens. And it's going to be a huge airdrop per winner, so don't lose that opportunity. Make sure that you participate in the airdrop. And apart from that, we are soon planning to launch our liquidity pool on PancakeSwap. And yeah, that's pretty much for this question, I hope.
Awesome. Jadi sebenarnya nih ada banyak banget pengembangan yang dilakukan oleh Division Network. Tetapi memang rata-rata selesainya di akhir tahun ini. Contohnya ada integrasi ke Binance Smart Chain dan pengaktifannya dalam standar BEP20. Nah, tapi pada awal tahun 2021 kemarin mereka telah berhasil bergabung dengan Coinbase custody dan mengaktifkan cold storage untuk aset DVI dengan cara yang aman dan transparan pastinya. Mereka juga lagi sibuk nih meluncurkan metaverse-nya secepat mungkin dan sebentar lagi mereka akan melakukan opening OBT-nya yang diselenggarakan akhir bulan Juni ini. Selain itu, mereka juga akan segera meluncurkan liquidity pool-nya di PancakeSwap yang nggak kalah menariknya. Division Network juga akan mengadakan acara airdrop bersama dengan CoinMarketCap seharga sekitar $50,000 dan itu akan menjadi airdrop besar bagi tiap pemenangnya. Jadi jangan sampai teman-teman kehilangan kesempatan itu. Okay, Brian, so what's planned for the rest of 2021? What are you guys brewing in your coffee pot right now?
That's a good question, but to be honest, because most of the updates are not publicly available information, and I cannot disclose most of the things that we are preparing here in Division, but I'm pretty sure that the updates that we have prepared on our end will make a huge impact on our further growth as one of the leading metaverse projects. First and foremost, we are inclined to further enlarge our ecosystem by becoming one of the largest projects in our sector. But essentially, we want to activize our traction of our DApp after the launch of our metaverse and become a true NFT metaverse leader in all the chains that we exist, including Binance Smart Chain and Ethereum. As you might already know, as I have already announced that we're currently preparing the launch of our OBT, and that's per se the most important update in our agenda. Another one of the updates that I can disclose, and we will be disclosing it soon, it's the auction of the Binance Smart Chain based NFT characters that we have from the limited edition, like, the category. We will be launching them in the eBay style, the eBay style auctions on the Fungible, which the project that we have announced our partnership previously. And the Fungible is the marketplace that is based on the Binance Smart Chain. And the auctions will be conducted together with them. We actually did the same kind of auctions previously on OpenSea, but we didn't really have much of cooperation with them back then. And we have managed to auction our first NFT character for 3 Ethereums back then, and the name of the cute character is Division Boy. Actually, if you go to OpenSea and check for the Division network store, you may actually find information about it too. In fact, there are enormous amounts of upcoming updates during this and next quarter that we will be sharing in our community when the information becomes essentially publicly available, right? Thus, I kindly ask most of the people who are watching this live today to join our communities and follow the updates that we will be soon publishing.
That's incredible. Okay, that's exciting. Jadi teman-teman, walaupun Brian tidak bisa membocorkan semuanya, tetapi pertama dan terpenting, Division Network cenderung untuk lebih memperbesar ekosistemnya dengan menjadi salah satu proyek terbesar di sektornya, tetapi pada dasarnya tetap ingin mengaktifkan daya tarik decentralized app-nya. Dan setelah peluncuran Metaverse-nya dan menjadi pemimpin NFT dan Metaverse di semua chain yang ada, termasuk Binance Smart Chain dan Ethereum. Juga jangan lupa tadi sudah dijelaskan oleh Brian, yaitu opening OBT-nya. Nah, salah satu pembaharuan lain yang akan segera keluar adalah aktivasi lelang berbasis BSC di pasar Fungible. Nah, di mana mereka akan melelang atau auction item NFT edisi terbatas dengan gaya eBay. Jadi sebelumnya sebenarnya Division Network juga pernah melakukan lelang yang sama di OpenSea. Tetapi karena tidak memiliki banyak kerjasama dengan OpenSea pada saat itu, dan mereka telah berhasil melelang karakter NFT pertamanya dengan harga 3 Ethereum. Lumayan banget ya, 3 Ethereum. Dan nama karakter imut itu adalah Division Boy. Jadi emang karakternya ini dijual di OpenSea dengan harga 3 Ethereum. Lucu banget ternyata namanya Division Boy. Nah, teman-teman juga bisa melihat ini semua di toko OpenSea-nya Division Network. Alright, Brian, for my last question, as far as I'm concerned, Division Network has enabled its migration to the Binance Smart Chain via special bridge, right? So how does that work? That bridge work?
Thank you. You asked that question, and actually, it's a great story indeed. As you may know, DVI is originally an ERC20 based utility token, but that had to be changed because we all have witnessed a massive surge for the demand and in the DeFi sector and the NFT sector that sent the Ethereum gas fees to the moon. With the network getting congested, it was a critical task for us to find an alternative solution, which would actually offer the EVM compatibility, high scalability, and low gas fees essentially for the users to take advantage of it. So at that time, the Binance Smart Chain has emerged to be the leading and utmost solution for the universal Ethereum problem with its high gas fees, and was also optimal solution for us to migrate to them. Actually, Binance Smart Chain has a much better speed and much lower transaction fees than Ethereum, and it's more scalable than that. So back in 2020, when the Binance Smart Chain first emerged and started gaining recognition, I personally felt that it would rise to become one of the leading blockchain platforms in this sphere, and the gas fees on Ethereum will keep being an issue no matter the changes coming with the upgrades. We started finding the ways to enable the bridge between these two main nets and the other main nets as well, of course. And luckily, we encountered a talented team from Tokyo, the CurveGrid, that were already working on the bridging solutions, and they provide the best bridging solutions that exist right now in the sphere. We quickly found ourselves collaborating together on enabling the bridge solution with CurveGrid team, and but also it took a lot of the effort on our side, and it took like several months to migrate to the Binance Smart Chain. And because of the effort that has been put by the CurveGrid team and the Division Network team, our website right now, if you go to our website, it gives an access to the bridge itself. So It allows people to seamlessly transfer their ERC20 based DVI tokens to BEP20 DVI tokens right now. But I have to mention that at the current moment, the bridge itself is maintained by the team, but it's fully in an operating condition, and it will soon be available for our users to move their tokens. So the basics of the bridge is quite similar to the swaps, but you are swapping the ERC20 to Binance Smart Chain. So yeah.
Awesome. Jadi Tari ada nanya nih barusan. Jadi sebenarnya dari tadi udah disebut-sebut terus Binance Smart Chain, migrasi. Sebenarnya Binance Smart Chain ini special bridge-nya atau jembatannya tadi itu gimana sih cara kerjanya? Jadi sebenarnya seperti yang teman-teman ketahui, Division Network ini pada awalnya token utilitasnya adalah bernama DVI, berbasis ERC20. Namun karena kita semua udah tahu nih ada lonjakan besar untuk permintaan di sektor DeFi atau decentralized finance yang mengirimkan gas fee Ethereum itu semakin mahal dan jaringannya juga semakin padat, mereka akhirnya mencari solusi alternatif yaitu BSC atau Binance Smart Chain. Division mulai menemukan cara untuk mengaktifkan jembatan atau bridge tadi antara dua mainnet dan lebih banyak lagi. Dan untungnya Division bertemu dengan salah satu tim berbakat dari Tokyo yaitu Curvebridge. Nah, oleh karena itu Division Network dengan cepat mengaktifkan jembatan atau bridge-nya sejak saat itu tuh. Jadi kemarin hanya butuh beberapa bulan bagi Division untuk bermigrasi ke BSC. Sebenarnya jembatan atau bridge tersebut saat ini digunakan oleh manajemen untuk menghindari masalah keamanan. Dan mereka berencana untuk membukanya secara full akhir kuartal ini dalam kondisi operasi penuh. Alright, awesome. Brian, thank you so much for answering my questions.
Yeah. I'm very happy to be here with you. And
I can assure you that our audience cannot wait for the quiz section. So let's just get right into it, shall we?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Let me just.
I'm gonna start showing the questions on our screen. So teman-teman mungkin bisa lihat ada pertanyaan-pertanyaannya, udah bisa dilihat mungkin ya. Pertama Tari mau menjelaskan dulu cara menjawabnya dengan format seperti biasa. Kita langsung aja masuk ke sesi quiz yang berhadiah 360 DVI untuk 6 orang pemenang yang beruntung. Seperti biasa, jawabnya di kolom komentar live dengan menggunakan format jawaban dan username Indodax. Jangan lupa, username Indodax-nya ya. Oke, kita langsung masuk ke pertanyaan pertama. Pertanyaan pertama, Division Network is an NFT and bla 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 platform based on blockchain technology. Jadi jaringan Division adalah platform NFT dan bla 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 berdasarkan teknologi blockchain. Nah, jawabannya apakah metaverse atau augmented reality atau artificial intelligence. Nah, kira-kira apa nih? Dari tadi udah dibahas. Jadi Brian ini tadi ngasih petunjuk, ini adalah kombinasi dari kata meta dan universe. Silahkan dijawab. Udah langsung pada jawab semua nih ya. Gampang banget. Kita lanjut ke pertanyaan kedua. Pertanyaan kedua, Division Network enables and makes it easy for anyone to develop or design unique items that are recorded in the blah 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 standards without any particular expertise. Nah, jadi jaringan Division tadi, Division Network memungkinkan dan memudahkan siapa saja untuk mengembangkan atau mendesain item unik yang dicatat dalam standar blah 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 tanpa keahlian khusus. Kira-kira apa nih ya? Pasti udah pada tahu semua nih, dari tadi udah disebut-sebutin. Jadi sesuatu yang tidak dapat diubah, artinya nggak bisa ditukarkan, dan sebagian besar digunakan untuk melindungi kepemilikan hak cipta. Ini kira-kira apa ya? Apakah A, B, atau C? Udah banyak yang jawab, kita lanjut ke pertanyaan ketiga. Pertanyaan ketiga, Division got on board with the leading blah 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 custody in order to enable cold storage for the DVI tokens. Jadi DVI, Division bergabung dengan bla 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 custody terkemuka untuk mengaktifkan cold storage untuk token DVI-nya. Kira-kira dengan siapa nih ya bergabungnya? Apakah sama Apex atau sama Fidelity atau sama Coinbase? Mungkin teman-teman bisa langsung jawab sekarang. Oh ya udah banyak ya ternyata yang jawab ya. Luar biasa loh. Lanjut, kita masuk ke pertanyaan keempat. Pertanyaan keempat. Division has three important platform pillars that are going to available in the metaverse. Jadi Division memiliki 3 pilar platform yang penting, yang paling utama yang tersedia di metaverse. Apa sajakah itu? Apakah A atau B atau C? Kalau ngedengerin ini pasti bisa jawab sih ya. Ini udah dijelaskan tadi. Udah pasti benar semua jawabannya. Udah banyak banget yang jawab. Lanjut aja. Kita masuk ke pertanyaan kelima. Pertanyaan kelima, Division has announced its partnership with blah 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 to bring BAC-based limited edition NFT characters on their platform and conduct an auction. Jadi Division telah mengumumkan dengan bla 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 untuk menghadirkan karakter NFT edisi terbatas berbasis BSC di platform mereka dan melakukan lelang atau auction. Nah, ini tadi udah dijelaskan kira-kira kerjasamanya nih sama siapa sih? Sama OpenSea kah? Atau Rarible kah? Atau Fungible kah? Nah, sebelum kita masuk ke pertanyaan terakhir, tadi mau lihat-lihat dulu yang udah jawab di live komen. Udah banyak banget yang jawab ya, luar biasa. Udah siap belum nih masuk ke pertanyaan terakhir? Oke. Karena udah banyak banget yang jawab, kita langsung masuk aja. Pertanyaan terakhir adalah, what was the name of the first limited edition NFT characters auction sold for 3 Ethereum on OpenSea? Jadi apa sih nama karakter NFT edisi terbatas pertama yang dilelang dan dijual secara 3 Ethereum di OpenSea? Apakah Division Boy, atau Division Man, atau Division Puppet? Nah, udah jawabnya udah banyak banget nih ya, luar biasa ya antusiasnya. Udah banyak banget. Jadi clue-nya itu yang cute-cute gitu deh, dan muncul tuh hampir di setiap poster yang berhubungan dengan lelang Division Network. Nah, udah banyak banget yang jawab. Sip. Tari tutup quiz section pada malam hari ini. Baik, teman-teman, terima kasih banyak atas antusiasmenya. Luar biasa nih yang jawab banyak banget ya. Semoga kamu beruntung dan pemenangnya akan dihubungi oleh tim Indodax melalui email masing-masing. Brian, is there anything you'd like to add before we wrap up our session today?
Of course, first of all, I want to express my gratitude for having me today, and thank you for being such a great host and being so perfect on translating, like, the from English to Indonesian. I really appreciate that. And for the people who are watching this live today, I want to ask you to join our communities and join our Twitter, join us on Twitter and Telegram as well, and follow our updates that are going on right now on Division Network. I'm going to be happy to see you all there. And if you have any questions, just reach me out in our communities. Thank you.
Alright, jadi Brian ini barusan mengajak teman-teman semua untuk mengunjungi Telegramnya, Twitternya, semua social medianya, karena yang pasti Division Network ini mempunyai banyak banget project-project terbaru. Tari juga mengencourage teman-teman untuk selalu mencari tahu tentang project-project yang terlisting di Indodax, jadi biar semakin tahu, semakin pede, dan semakin mengenal semua project-project yang terlisting. It is my honor, Brian. Thank you so much for sharing and answering my questions today. Keep innovating and making awesome breakthroughs. Tell everyone in Division Network I said hi. Stay safe always, Brian. I'll see you next time then. Bye, Brian.
Yeah, thank you.
Baik, teman-teman, kita sudah sampai di penghujung acara. Tari pamit undur diri. Terima kasih bagi yang sudah nonton. Jangan lupa untuk selalu menjaga kesehatan dimanapun dan kapanpun. Sampai jumpa lagi. Bye-bye.
Bye.